Sundays, there's always something happening at the ballpark. Tickets start at just $21 for the best party in the River Valley. Get yours today at GoHawks.ca.
Get the Lowdown with Lowetide. Weekdays from noon to 2 on Sports 1440. He's seen it all and then some. From stats to stories, he breaks it down like no one else. Proud to be Edmonton's sports leader. Sports 1440.
For decades, the pioneer spirit of Alberta has been exemplified in the chuckwagon racing legacy of the Dorchester family. And today, you can experience it every time you hit the links. Dorchester Ranch Golf Course is in top mid-season form. Enjoy the longer days on this historic 18-hole course near Pigeon Lake. Stunning views, reasonably priced, and only 40 minutes from Edmonton on newly paved roads. Play the course built with pioneer spirit and family pride. Dorchester Ranch Golf Course. Book your tee time today at dorchestergolf.ca.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, jersey barriers, and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned. Over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
You need the Lowdown? It's with Lowetide right now on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Today's show, the Oilers have more money to spend, and Claude Giroux is available. If it meant sending Ike Howard to the minors to Bakersfield, would you sign Claude Giroux? Or would you keep your powder dry and maybe make a move at the deadline with all that walking around money that Stan Bowman currently has? That's our subject today. Lowdown with Lowetide, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick on Sports 1440 and YouTube. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 Sierra 1500 models. Visit wolfgmcbuick.com. Our headliner of the day at 1 o'clock today is Steve Lansky. Steve will join us and talk to us about the CFL in Kelowna, the Oilers in free agency, and Canada at the World Cup. As you know, aside from Sports 1440 AM radio and YouTube, we are live on sports1440.ca, iHeartRadio, and Radio Player Canada. After the show, Apple and Spotify podcast. We always tweet it out on X every day. It's either Declan or Josh who do, and then I retweet it. We're on Twitter at Lowetide, at Declan Krueger, and at JFenwick04, and you can text or call anytime at 833-401-1440, 833-401-1440. If you call, we'll have a nice brief chat, but the person will be hurried on the other end because they're really the busy people. I'm just here. Well, I'm not sure why, but I am definitely here. All right. What's next for the Oilers? NBA in fine form, World Cup, Elks, Jays, all on the way, plus whatever you want to talk about. First, the introductions. He is a mystery wrapped in a riddle because even though he'll talk expertly about World Cup soccer, NHL free agency, and Brad Pitt movies today, he really just wants to get LeBron to Toronto. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Josh Fenwick. Josh Fenwick, everybody.
Yeah, LeBron to Toronto, DeMar back to Toronto, and he gets bought out by the Kings. Little spark plug off the bench. Like, let's just build what would have been a super team in like 2019.
All right.
Except it's just a bunch of fun old dudes who all have connections to Toronto. We can all be like, oh my God, this is so great.
Oh my God. Well, I can see what the appeal. I bet you're not the only one either.
No, this is definitely all of Raptors Twitter currently.
There you go. He's the latest. No, pardon me. Let me start again. He's the least mysterious man I know. He says what he means, and he means what he says, and is everything you want in a radio host who thinks he has no bias. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Declan Krueger. Declan Krueger.
No bias over here. I appreciate the intro very much.
Yeah,
No bias over here.
Yeah, there's nothing about that you can disagree with, and it's my phrasing that you could disagree with, but I don't think you will.
No.
You have no bias.
I have no bias.
Exactly.
I really don't.
No, you don't. You prove it every day, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're catching on.
All right. All right. What's next for the Oilers? Claude Giroux may be out there. They've got a young winger in Ike Howard. If you sign Giroux, he's playing with Jason Dickinson. Howard would be. And I don't see that being a fit. What would you do, gentlemen? Would you stay with Giroux? Or I'm sorry, would you stay with Howard? Or is the temptation of Claude Giroux and his skinny little legs and the fact that he's 38 but still delivering results, is that too much to pass over?
Oh, they are skinny.
Yeah.
But I honestly can't lie. And I've lately shifted more into the camp of, hey, is it cool if everyone's not 35 that we go?
Mm-hmm.
But that said, the temptation of Claude Giroux, it would do it for me. I would give in.
All right.
Yeah, Giroux's still a dog.
Yeah,
I'd take
He's
him.
really good.
You said him over Howard. That's what you said.
Well, I'm saying if
Yeah.
you get him, then
Like
it's hard to
in
find
the
spot.
rotation wise,
Right.
Claude Giroux on a 1-year deal probably or whatever. But
Doesn't mean you send Howard if
Yeah.
somebody gets hurt, you call Howard up from Bakersfield.
it's true. It's true. It in my brain though, it sort of makes me go, you giving up on Ike Howard already? That's
Right,
what
I
that's
agree,
what my
I agree.
brain parts are working at that point. Even though
I just feel like it. Like I don't have an answer. I love Giroux.
Mhm.
So I'd love to watch him play as an Edmonton Oiler. It would be like when
Bias.
Sikora got here, right?
Yeah.
Totally, right? But I also really think, and I've been arguing, they have to marble youth into the lineup, and Howard is the best youth they have, that's not established. Savoy's established now.
Yeah.
Podkolzin is. They've got Shakir. I
Mhm.
think it's all good, but it would be really good if Ike Howard could play in the top 6 by the end of the year. Do you invest in him all year, and then if it's not quite there, do you fade him a little and then acquire a guy at the deadline, or do you, because you can't shoot the moon for Claude Giroux at the deadline, he's going to sign somewhere and it's
Yeah.
going to be a contender.
It's sort of tough, right? Because like he plays basically the whole year in the AHL last year, right? He's up at the beginning,
29 games, I think.
Yeah, and then in the middle of the season, he came up for a couple of games due to injury, right? And like he wasn't really showing out, and so they sent him back down to the AHL. That's fine. He does not need to be a big contributor. Basically, his first year in the NHL, in his first like stint around. This year, you sort of want to see the longer, extended stints. Like maybe he's up for 12 games, and then he goes back down to the AHL. Then he comes up for 8 games or whatever, just working him into the NHL so that he gets more reps at the top league and so that he gets better looks, a la the Flames with Dustin Wolf. Then you hope in 2 years he pops.
I agree with that totally. I think it's a great thing. You're sort of like doing the same thing with Devin Levi. You want to audition him. If he does well, you give him more rope, and you just find him opportunities where he can succeed. Now, I want to shift gears because it's 12:06 and we're on July 3rd now. So we've talked the daylights out of the Oilers, and we'll go back to them. Don't worry. But I want to talk about the NBA a little bit. We talked about LeBron, and I know that the reason I'm doing this is because the NBA is, I'm sorry, the more entertaining league in the offseason.
The not boring association. Or never boring association.
No. So we had our little, moment about the Philadelphia 76ers. You two are on side with the 76ers making a huge mistake. With
Whoa,
the
hey, that is not what we said. You are
clearly
twisting words right now.
What we heard yesterday was you hate the deal for the 76ers, and you think the guy they got is useless.
That is not what we said.
Wait, Josh, wait.
Let's
both say no at the same time, just so everyone knows. 3, 2, 1, no.
Well, it's what I heard. I'm sorry.
Well,
hearing's going, but I did hear that.
Well, I guess that's your old man years. Get them cleaned out, dude.
All right,
Stop
then
using
why
Q-tips.
don't we reset what you think of the trade then? One more chance.
Listen, it was terrible for Philly, and here's what. No, I'm just kidding. Philly, I think, got the best player. They dumped the worst contract in the NBA in Paul George. The fact that was the trade that worked out for Jaylen Brown says a lot about his value. I just think there are so many things that bring you so much caution with Jaylen Brown. And I also think in an offense where Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid have to touch the ball that much after he just had the season he had, it's not going to be the best fit ever.
Okay. So the alignment isn't great, but the player is certainly a net positive overall for Philadelphia.
You would like to think that.
This is where we go again.
Lowetide, you're always the one that's like, well, you can't argue with analytics. He's had a negative net rating.
With the Celtics, who are a really good team
who were the
without
second
him.
seed last year.
Who are a really good team without him.
7 of his 10 years. They've been a better team when he does not play for them.
Have they been a really good team without him in 7 of their last 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to, by the way, 76ers did win a playoff round, correct?
Correct. Against the Celtics.
Right.
And then promptly got swept by the now reigning NBA champion New York Knicks.
They had no business beating the Celtics, if we're honest.
No, they did not. However, the Husk of Paul George, for some reason, can play playoff basketball, which is pretty impressive.
Well, I think you guys should listen to the great Bill Simmons.
Well, he was in yesterday. He had his pod yesterday, and man, was that funny? Because he did lead off with, the trade. His colonoscopy was at 3, and the trade went at 3:20, and his wife picked him up and said Jaylen Brown got traded, and he's coming out of anesthesia. He's like, what? Like, where? For who? He's like, I traded to Philly for Paul George and 2 first-round picks. And he's like, I'm dead. Like, so I'm dead. Like, that's what it is. His initial reaction, and he's still like trying to piece it together.
He'd rather think he was dead than the Celtics made a bad trade.
He's trying to piece it together, and then he goes like, are there more picks coming? Like, what's going on?
They got a lot of picks.
Super funny.
Yeah.
And they had CR on, who's a Philly fan. So that was just extra fuel to the fire.
Love it. Anyway, so I think you did claw back a little bit, but not enough. So I'm still holding it against both of you.
Well, you're trying to make us say that like Jaylen Brown is the greatest basketball player in the NBA.
I'm trying to make you say he gives them a better chance to make the playoffs.
We're not saying he doesn't do
and
that.
Win a playoff round.
We're not saying he doesn't do that.
Okay,
we're just saying that, like,
if I say, does he give them a better chance to make the playoffs and win a round?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just buyer beware.
Yeah.
But and every deal can fall apart, right? Like maybe he goes there. Have we seen famous players go to Philly and then not do jack?
Yeah.
Many times.
Some are old. Even though Dikembe Mutombo won a DPOY when he was like 36 years old with the Sixers.
On that 0-1 team.
He was the second best player on that 0-1 team.
I always get excited when they make a big move in an acquisition, and then the guy goes there, and sometimes they have great regular seasons and crappy playoffs, and sometimes they're no good from the start.
Well, hey, you know what? When they traded for Jimmy Butler, you're like, man, that's a great move. And then they traded for Tobias Harris, and you're like, that's an even better move. I don't know why Jimmy didn't really want to stay. I don't remember what the deal was there, but he ended up in South Beach. And then everything just fell apart after that.
I want to talk a little bit, if I may, man. And I hope that you talked about it or saw it or have observed some of the things that have come out yet since then. The Portugal World Cup game yesterday was, like, I think an example of how exciting and brilliant soccer can be. And then when the officials get involved, how weird it gets.
Everything from the 70th minute on was absolute cinema in that game. The offside. Now, on that game time goal in the 100th minute, I don't think Croatia's striker got ahead on that. Did you? Like, I don't think he touched it. I don't like that offside. It's a little. That's flaky to me.
It did not make sense. Like, if it doesn't make sense when the public views the video, if the call doesn't make sense, then I think there's something wrong with the system.
But like the chances, first of all, Portugal getting the leader late there in the game, and then Croatia, those 2 chances they had, one off the post and then one that got tipped over. The offsides, like that was absolutely everything you wanted in a World Cup game. I'm sad it didn't go Croatia's way, and Ronaldo finally scored a knockout goal, granted via penalties. Yeah. But what a game that was. It was
a classic, and of course we've got more classics going today. One of the games was really late last night. Are they changing the way they're set up as we get farther in? It started like at 9.
Yeah, well, any game that's on the West Coast has been starting at 9.
Okay, I just didn't catch the other ones, but I'm like, holy Hannah bells, boys,
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I then promptly turned on Monster House.
Of course. Was what's that one that Declan loves so much? The something house, the beautiful people that are too beautiful for
Love
him.
Island?
Yeah.
It's in full swing right now. We can do a lot of Love Island discourse right now.
So who's the culprit, the guy that everybody hates or girl that everybody hates?
KC would be the guy everybody hates. Kind of deserved, but I do actually feel like he's got the S end of the stick just a touch. He hasn't done himself any favors. The girl everyone doesn't like would be Kenzie.
Right.
But I'm actually a little out on Anaya personally.
Isn't Kenzie the one that started crying in the second episode when that guy went with the blonde one?
She is blonde
girl. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think she cried in the second episode.
Isn't she like a nurse or something?
She just graduated nursing school.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
we're
then
talking
she's
about
a
the same girl.
Productive member of society who's putting herself through this.
Hey, there's a guy on there that had just finished training to become a police officer and then quit to go and do Love Island.
What is the matter with
to the
people?
point where the police department like issued a statement saying we put so much money into this guy and he's gone to go and do Love Island. Like, this is pointless.
Well, maybe it's good he's not on the streets making decisions about life and death then, if he's this dumbassery.
I mean, he just thinks he's hot.
Well, a lot of guys do.
He wants to go
Are you talking about the cop?
Yeah, the cop guy.
He's been gone for a while.
Oh, is he really?
He's been long gone.
Maybe he can get back on the force, or there's also security jobs out there. He could get one of those.
He also has a kid.
All right. Elks in Kelowna, CFL in Kelowna. I'm loving it, boys. But Declan, how furious will BC be after their terrible start, 0-3?
So this is the thing. Like, I kept saying, I don't think BC is actually this bad. I don't think they're an 0-3 team. But then you watch the games and you watch that Hamilton game specifically, and you're like, man, maybe they're not that good. They don't really have any. They have one player on defense. Now, granted, phenomenal player in Matthew Betts, game wrecker on his own. But they don't really have much in terms of being a defensive unit. James Butler, who I think is a very, very good running back, he can't run the ball so far this season. And Nathan Rourke's numbers, like as good as Nathan Rourke is, they are looking a little bit empty. Like, he is not doing a lot when it matters most. So the more I thought about it, I was like, no, hold on a second. Like, I think Edmonton is just a better team. Outside of Justin Rankin, not always going to be flashy, but they're going to do what they need to do to move the ball. The defense is going to stand tall. Now, Brock Mogensen and Nick Anderson both out, so Mac's going to be a bit of a question. But overall, like, I do think Edmonton is just a better team right now. I really do.
Do you watch the Elks game live and tape Love Island, or do you tape Love Island and watch the Elks game live?
Oh, I watched the Elks games live. Yep.
I gave you one choice.
Certified professional.
Certified professional. Here in Canada, we get the Love Island episodes on Crave a little bit later, I think, than our American friends. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because we need to, we get the vapors when it gets too hot, right?
Exactly.
Right. I understand. What did the Stampeders do in their football game this week?
Scored 1,000 points. Listen,
50
beat
the brakes off the Toronto Argonauts.
I'm sorry. Like, you would have a tough time scoring 58 points in a recess football game. The fact you did it in the CFL game, and I know that's kind of the moniker of the league, it's exciting. No, Josh, don't shake your head at me. If you're a DC giving up
recess
58,
is 15
No. I'm talking about the recess game. Come on, dude. You got one kid with an arm. You got the fastest kid in school. You score a touchdown literally every time.
15 minutes. How long were your recesses, you jackasses?
30 minutes at lunch, 15
30 minutes at
30.
lunch.
We got an hour at lunch.
Oh, man.
I got an hour in high school. Anyways, that's not the point. The Stamps absolutely killed the Argos. And you thought, oh, Chad Kelly's coming back. Maybe the Argos aren't that bad. Vernon Adams Jr. just shows up and shows out.
Well, the thing is, like, the Toronto can do a lot offensively. They scored in that game pretty well as well. But when you're giving up 60, like, that goes beyond just the players not being able to make plays. Obviously, that's a huge part of it. But schematically, what you're doing defensively, like, I would almost argue that you have to try to give up 60 points because it is just like, it is such an incredible moniker. And you have to be doing things schematically, defensively that don't make sense.
Where people are leaving.
I know. I hate this because we do a thing on this show here. This is just allowed me to producer vent for a moment where we kind of just leave, like, Josh's mic on because it makes it a little bit easier. He's involved in conversation a lot, but people always walk in here and talk to him, and it'll the first bit of it will catch, and it drives me through the wall. And like, almost out of spite, I'll keep the mic off for the next 15 minutes, even though he's done absolutely nothing wrong.
See, you and I are similar in a lot of ways. We have big baby energy, and we're very, very, I would say, small in some areas, right? Like where we're like, that's really that I do that. Like, I'm like, okay, all right. I don't like what happened here, so everybody has to pay, even if it's not their fault. I do that all the time. And you just did that. Admitted you did that.
Yeah.
So I guess we have things to work on that we won't work on. I'm still not happy about the 76ers thing.
Well, cry me a river, Al.
Expected you guys. Hey, and by the way, you're just walking out of the studio during the show? What's
yeah,
going
like
on
how
with that?
dare you?
We were just consulting about the stuff here at the station.
So tell us what it is.
I don't think it's my place currently to say.
I'll say it. You're getting fired.
Boy.
But Brandon came
Brandon's
in.
taking over.
He was like, Josh, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Takes me out into the hallway. It's like, pack your stuff up. You're gone.
I'm telling you what, and I'm serious about this. Then we're going to take a break, I promise, because I've talked a lot. If you're ever going to get fired, have it be on a Friday, because you just drive to the airport and you go, where am I going?
You think I have money to fly away somewhere? That's cute.
Always have some money in your bank account for a quick flight somewhere.
Okay, I get that. However, financial hardship in the last 2 weeks.
Is this about the car again?
Car and the tow, Al.
Vroom.
No, yeah, Vroom died. Now we have the silver stallion outside.
You've mourned this car more than you've mourned
relationships. It was my first car. I loved that car.
I do understand.
But you're saying you didn't love your first car?
I loved it. I was in an accident in Kavanaugh. The guy was sleeping and he hit me. And it was a 65 Chevy Bel Air Super Sport it was maroon with a white hardtop roof. And it was like driving a tank down the road.
Yeah, nothing tops your first.
And he clipped me, and it was in the middle of the road. I had to pull it off the road. The police said you shouldn't move the car, and I said, well, it was on the road. And then they gave me a ride to the radio station because I worked that. I had glass in my ear, and I worked my shift and then went to the hospital.
Oh, lovely.
Radio. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I love that car, so I do understand. But the amount of emotion that you showed over that car is more than you've shown over anything.
It's definitely not true.
In the time I've known you. All right. On the way, Steve Lansky from Inside the Truck podcast at 1 o'clock. We're going to talk about the Elks in Kelowna, the CFL. We're talking about the Oilers and free agency, obviously World Cup. On Declinations today at 1:40, what do we have?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing the top 5 contracts from free agency in the NHL. Just kind of contracts that like caught our eyes. Not top 5 best, not top 5 worst, but just the ones we took notice.
You mean caught our eyes instead of cauterize?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all straight ahead. And rumors up next. This is the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Are you a skilled laborer? All Star Construction wants to talk to you. A heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience? All Star Construction wants to talk to you, too. With work in and around Edmonton for local land developers, All Star Construction offers year-round employment. Whether it's power, gas, or telecom, developers rely on All Star Construction to get the job done. So if you're a skilled laborer or a heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience searching for work, search All Star Construction on Indeed.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing smoked fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
The perfect place to host your golf tournament or fundraiser, company event, celebration of life, wedding, birthday party, or private party. Cattail Crossing Golf and Winter Club. More than a golf course, a fun, welcoming place with beautiful views, relaxing patios, and a team that truly appreciates each and every guest. Featuring Out of Bounds, Cattail's 5-star kitchen. Some say it's the best clubhouse dining they've ever had. Cattail Crossing Golf and Winter Club. Book your tourney or event today at cattailcrossing.ca.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is serious about cooling. In fact, we offer multiple ways to cool your home. So you better
call Legacy. Call Legacy.
If you're looking for traditional air conditioning, we got you.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Or ask us about a heat pump to help you heat and cool.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Cool with AC or cool with a heat pump. Cool your home with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Looking for premium casino entertainment? Betway Casino brings you live casino tables, fast payouts, and the top game providers all in one place. If you're looking to play the Edmonton way, you're in the right place. So when you're ready for that premium casino feel at your fingertips, play the Edmonton way with Betway. Play responsibly. Alberta only, 18 plus.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Breaking down the fine art of sports, one rep at a time. The Lowdown with Lowetide. Thanks for checking out Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
This is the Lowdown on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out anytime, 24/7, midnight Sunday. Go to wolfgmcbuick.com and check out what they have. Lots of responses about the first car. Walter, my first car was a blank box. Literally everything that followed was superior. Not for me. My second car, had to buy it on the fly. It had a carb fire, and it had been wired badly by someone who probably was a lot like me mechanically. And when I turned left, the horn would blow. And I know you're thinking Lowetide's lying. I'm not. I actually, during that period of time when I was dating someone that I liked, I would have to borrow my friend's car. It was a blank box like yours. So thankfully, life gets better, and it will for our friend Josh as well. He's got a nice car now. He hasn't tried to run over me with it yet, but I think it has. Does it have more torque than the last one?
Probably.
Yeah, but you don't love it yet.
Never will. More than likely, I'm going to nickel and dime my way through the rest of the summer and parts of the way through the fall. And then I'll probably end up giving my sister this car or selling it to her for $5 or something.
Oh, that's very kind.
Because she often complains that she doesn't have a car. And she needs one now. So
that's a great brother move.
I can give her the crummy little one, and I'll get myself a nice crummy one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the youth of today.
Well, I'm still giving her a car.
No, absolutely. It's a kind thing you're doing. I'm just saying maybe the world should pay young people a little more money. It's time for Rumors, brought to you by Harley-Davidson of Edmonton. It's riding season, and Harley-Davidson of Edmonton has your next bike waiting for you. A huge selection of new and pre-owned, plus test rides available. Locally owned and operated since 1980 on the Yellowhead Trail or at hdedmonton.com. By the way, Declan, my friend Josh, who is my friend, he printed off the trade free agency list sponsorship for Booster Juice with my just massive font, and I was able to read it easily. So I'm requesting now bigger font next time you print off the sponsor list.
Okay.
It was slightly different for me though, because it wasn't already on like a Word doc or anything.
Fair play.
So it was sent to me.
Hey,
Josh,
Josh,
all sent to me in emails, and so I was able to just copy them and put them into a Google Doc and print them off.
Well, if it's difficult, don't worry about it. But I really did find it easier, and
everything's hard for Gen Z. No work ethic.
Okay. Wait, do I fall into Gen Z? This is where I'm at, right?
You're definitely Gen Z.
What year were you born?
04. I just don't remember that, because now it's
low key. You're like the Gen Z.
No, okay. So now it's Gen X, and then it was Gen Alpha.
No. So it went silent generation,
right
boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, Gen
There used to
Alpha.
be an Echo Boomer, and I was included in the Echo Boomers, but that's no longer.
Sorry to the person that texted in and said, we're 10 minutes in. Please turn Josh's mic off. And now I've proceeded to continue talking. My apologies.
No, this was when you were talking to Brandon. That's probably when that came in. We could hear Brandon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you jack-o'-lanterns keep your mics on over there.
Well, so that's why I was like, I took him, we went out into the hallway because I was like, well, Deck's literally talking right now. So again, I'm sorry for talking.
I just want you to remember when we all end up in prison that keeping your mic off to say stuff is also an option. Yeah. If you're talking to somebody who walks into the room, just turn the mic off. It's cool.
Okay.
It's okay to do. James Dolan transferring Rangers ownership to Quentin Dolan. It can't be worse. Can we all agree on that?
Are you sure about that?
Does Quentin Dolan have an education? Did he get a degree somewhere? Does he have a brain
Did
part?
James Dolan get a degree anywhere?
But that's the old money, right? Like most of the NHL teams are owned by guys who sold peanuts and hot dogs to stadiums who have baseball games up and down the Eastern Seaboard during the 30s, 40s, and 50s. That's how they got their money. So a lot of these guys are just, hard workers who know how to get trucks moving.
Well, James Dolan allegedly has a degree or diploma or something from the State University of New York at New Platts.
Sounds like a prison.
Average cost of tuition or average cost per year right now is $20,000, $20,212.
Oh, that's the younger or the older?
That's James Dolan. Okay. I don't know about Quentin Dolan.
He's new on the scene. Well, we got a young up-and-comer here. The young Cates is taking over some things. He keeps showing up in Bob's Verbal. He must be doing something over there.
Really?
What's Harrison?
Quentin Dolan has a bachelor's degree in sports management and event management from New York University.
Very, very, very,
so
very
NYU,
much
more
an
prestigious
upgrade.
school.
Yeah, an upgrade for sure. And he's obviously a young executive.
Oh, and it's his son. Okay, I didn't know Quentin Dolan was his son.
Okay, Harrison Cates is doing more. He keeps showing up in conversations that people have, and we saw him grow up. Do you remember the years where young Cates would be at the draft and he'd be in the photograph of the first overall pick? It was pretty cool. Like you watched it's like the annual picture where you sent to the auntie. Harrison Cates is now partly running the team. Isn't this a great story?
The annual picture is funny.
Right?
It is funny.
Anyway, the youngs are taking over, and that's not such a bad thing, I don't think. All right, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit, Declan. You made me interested in what you're doing with Declinations at 1240. You're going to pick up, is it just free agent signings that are interested or also trades?
Well, yeah, like sign and trade will be in there for sure, or could be in there possibly.
Okay.
I just wanted to, it'll be a mix.
Okay. All right. Because I like it's one of the things that
you think about Bowen Byram, right? Like that's the first name that comes to mind.
But one of the things that does happen during this period where guys get signed and you're like, oh, I didn't know Jaden Schwartz went to Colorado, and stuff, because you're so busy focusing on the local, you sometimes miss, the larger picture. Like I thought Toronto did a really nice job when the moves were being made. But I didn't realize that they really didn't sign any skill winger beyond Roslovic. And they can't play Roslovic, Matthews, and McKenna because Matthews is a good two-way guy, but you can't carry Roslovic and a flat-out rookie on the same line. Expect them to outscore elites. So I don't know what they're going to do there, but we'll find out. Lawton to the Kings is interesting. What, in your opinion, gentlemen, is the best move the Oilers made since July 1?
For me, it's Kasperi Kapanen. I just love Kapanen as a player. I've actually kind of come to find that people are maybe a little bit more kind of undecided on Kapanen than I am. Like I would have given him term and I was fine with the price tag. I really love him as a player. Obviously the goalies I think are going to be a big one. Shedding Darnell Nurse's contract is going to be a big one, but I was really, really happy to get Kapanen back at that AAV.
What about you?
I like the Kapanen show. I'm in lockstep with you about how I feel about Kapanen. I love his game. For me, I think it pretty clear cut to me is Freddie Anderson. You get a guy that just won a cup, has playoff pedigree for $1 million.
Yeah.
That is a great deal. And then like if he hits his bonuses and he's not playing with you next year, you're paying him 1.8. but in theory, you walk away with a cup. So like everything's okay.
Yeah, I love the way they layered the goaltending and the defense, and they, you know, they left room for Ike Howard, and I like that too. For me, the big one is Ryan Shea. I think that the more I think about it, I think Ryan Shea might end up being second pair with Connor Murphy, and Wallman would play maybe with Shakir or Ty Amberson, and I don't know where Spencer Stastny goes.
God, you're paying $7 million to a guy to play your third pair,
but you play,
and you also can't move him.
You pay if Shea's better, and I think he is, then you play him, and you know, money be damned. You're trying to win the Stanley Cup. I think that's going to be the best alignment. We'll see. Mike Babcock has, you know, final say, I would say.
Safe assumption.
I also like Kapanen, always have. Just never enough to sign long-term deals. As I believe I've always... he always needs incentive to play from Perplexed Oilers fan. Yeah, I think one of the things that Stan Bowman hasn't gotten a lot of credit for yet is that there's not a lot of, you know, long-term deals here. You know, Anderson is very short. You know, they committed to Devin Levi, but you know, if it doesn't work out, they can move on from him. Jari is the most harmful, I guess, in terms of you know, it's not just this year. He'll be here for 2 years. And on defense, I like everything they did, right? So it can still go sideways, of course. Injuries occur, but I like it so far. What were you giggling about?
Someone texted in and said the kid who picked Yakupov is running the team now. But on Kapanen, this deal is a prove it deal, right? Like he probably wanted term. But last year he was injured enough.
No, I think what happened was, this is my opinion, but I think that he played well enough to get a bigger contract elsewhere, and he may have been offered it, and then he decided to wheel back to the Oilers. If he plays well this year for the Oilers, he'll get a long-term deal in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like, Gregor's talked to him, and we've talked about it. He is more consistent than he was when he arrived. He's working hard, you know?
And then, like, even if the goal production isn't there, because he plays with Leon Draisaitl, he'll end up with quite a few apples. Don't believe you me. But he's such an energy guy too. Like he's going to go out there and he's going to put a guy on the boards. He's going to give 100% effort when he's out there. Every time I watch Kasperi Kapanen, I'm like, oh, he's doing something good.
Yeah, he especially with Draisaitl. I mean, the numbers don't lie. And with Draisaitl, he was very good a year ago. And I think that's why Babcock will be tempted at times, at least, to play him on the Draisaitl line with Podkolzin. And that line was really good, guys.
It was their best line all year.
Yeah, it really was. AT and the Deer, either you guys scared Lowetide or he's getting fired, because I've never heard him say anything nice about the Leafs and or Matthews. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. The only thing I've ever said about Matthews is people should stop saying he was better than McDavid, because he isn't. But beyond that, I think Matthews is a terrific 200-foot player. I like what John Chayka did. I just don't like it as much as I thought I was going to when it was happening. I think they're still down a little in skill, and it would have been great if they could have gotten Werenski. As it is, they're still a little old on the blue line, but he's working through it. And their big bet is on the goaltender, guys. If Toronto can get terrific goaltending from Bob, then this is going to be a story. If they don't, they won't finish second. I right now would pick them to finish second in that division. And we'll see. I mean, you know, it's early. There's lots of moves still to be made. There's a lot of good free agents out there, too. I mean, I like their free agent list. The NHL hasn't eaten it all alive in the first day, and they got lots of money, too. So there's still plenty of coin out there. If they can move Nurse, they can move Wallman. Yeah, they just that contract that they signed him to just kicked in now, right? And they could have traded him before July 1st, but now he's got the no movement. And the frustrations they have with Wallman are not long term, and he's making 7, not 9.25. I'd say he'd be a candidate if he plays poorly this year.
The other thing is, like, Darnell Lewis very much went to them and said, I'm good to be moved now. There's no guarantee that happens.
You don't want to lose too much depth. Remember, all the free agents are gone now, or at least the defensive ones are. I mean, the Claude Giroux thing just kills me. If he came here, that's. I know he's old, and I know he's not going to last a long, long time. But last year he was great, and he's not fast, but he's wicked smart. But I still like Ike Howard, so it's not like I want to see him go.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Did you see that one? A bunch of very famous celebrities whose names I don't remember.
Naturally.
They were talking about the smart car, and you couldn't park the smart car in Boston.
Yeah, it's John Krasinski. I think Matt Damon was in it, and then there was one. Oh, and then what's her name from
She's
SNL?
so funny.
She's
so
super funny. But yes, I do know what you're talking about.
Wasn't she the one who did the?
Yeah, Debbie Downer.
Yeah, Debbie Downer. Right.
She was Debbie Downer.
You can't park a smart car. There's no room. You can't park a smart car there.
You can tell that lots of them haven't been in Boston in a long time because, like, John Krasinski, a guy who grew up in Boston, his Boston accent is terrible. Mine's better. Smart car. You can't park. It's a smart car. You can park anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, where are you going to get content like this?
That's what I'm saying.
In early July on a sports radio station. It just doesn't happen. All right, on the way, Declan's got me. He's got me interested in what he's going to be doing. Tell the people once again what you're doing. Love it. It's 5 each you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Looking forward to it. We have Steve Lansky coming up at 1 o'clock. Lots of your comments about the Otis and free agency. CFL in Kelowna. Is that the 10th team or the 12th team? It's all straight ahead. Lowdown with Lowetide brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
When your project can't afford downtime, call Japa Equipment Rentals. From excavators and wheel loaders to compaction equipment, Japa has the machines you need. Trusted since 1972. Visit japaequipment.com or stop our Edmonton or Calgary locations.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business. And for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
Photographers, start your cameras. Vision Credit Union's annual photo contest is back. We're asking you to show us the people, places, and moments that made you glad you chose this rural life. Maybe it's the view from your farm, a walk down Main Street, neighbors pitching in, a weekend at the rodeo, or a sunset down a back road. Share your photo to show why life in rural Alberta is a choice worth celebrating. Enter and vote at whatsyourshare.ca.
Lux Windows was founded in 1969 with 5 people and a dream. 55 years later, our team of experts cares a whole lot about building and installing the best possible windows and doors. Because Lux is not just an Alberta-made product. We're one big Alberta-made family. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
I'm Sticky. They're breaking down the middle. Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
It's 12:41. This is the Lowdown on Sports 1440. We're presented by Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out at wolfgmcbuick.com. We have declinations every day, but on Friday, we move it up because it's so good and so special. So declinations goes now at 12:40. And it's brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. The Edmonton Elks' next home game is Thursday, July 9th, almost a week from now. Come see the most explosive player in the CFL, Justin Rankin. Lock in your tickets at goelks.com/tickets. They're an interesting, fun team, man. I don't know if there's a better team in the CFL, and neither does Declan, which is more important. All right, Deck, what have you got?
All right. Top 5 contracts that have caught our eye through NHL free agency so far. My number 5 might be higher on some people's list, but it's Bowen Byram. 6 years, $12.5 million AAV. I think he's a good player. I think I actually like Bowen Byram more than some people do, but that AAV is incredible. I know he's going to run the power play over there. I know the salary cap is jumping, but I think there's also just kind of a real conversation we have to have with ourselves at some point that despite the cap jumping and despite positional need, is he a $12.5 million player? Like you know who else makes $12.5 million? Connor McDavid. Now, yes, I know Connor McDavid took a discount on his deal, but and I know it's different. The salary cap jumps, I get all that, but to have those guys with the same AAV, like it makes you scratch your head a little bit. He's going to have to prove it. And he's going to have to prove it for all 6 years. So Bowen Byram comes in at my number 5.
He is overpaid. Now that may change with the cap going up, but they overpaid to get him and they overpaid him.
Yeah. I'm just quickly going to say this. We are not allowed to use Connor McDavid in contract. Like,
that's fair. That's fair.
Cross-examining,
but
because
still,
like,
man, those numbers are both 12.5.
Yeah, except
and
you know
McDavid's
that
never
Connor,
won a cup, man.
You know that Connor McDavid is a $20 million player, but he gave a discount. So like, I'm out on using like Connor McDavid only makes 12.5.
You're right. Like you are
because
right. But by the letter of
I get it. By the letter of the law, it's like, well, Connor McDavid makes this much. No one should make more than him.
I think
but we're
Declan's
all
saying,
aware.
I think Declan's saying he's making $12.5 million because he hasn't won a cup.
Yeah, that's a great point. Leon Draisaitl is making more than 12.5. He hasn't won a cup.
But he does. Leon doesn't get the pressure that Connor does.
I guess
he's not
right.
as good, so it would make sense he doesn't get the pressure.
Fair enough. Anyways, my number 5, Victor Arvidsson, 2 years, $4 million AAV to the Detroit Red Wings. If that was Yzerman's idea to get Dylan Larkin to stay, woohoo, doggy. It did not. It is not working. It did not work. Listen, man, $4 million for Victor Arvidsson. Again, the cap's going up, but it's just like, it's sort of crazy to see this number like right there.
He had a good year, though.
He had a good year.
Yeah.
But he'd had some bad years before that.
Yeah, well, injury years, and you never know. Once guys start getting injured, it just doesn't usually stop.
Yeah, so you want to pay a guy $4 million who's going to get injured, and you don't know if you can put him on LTIR. But he might also have a great year and score you 20 goals.
It's a risk for sure. And
On a
Detroit,
team that's about to lose its top line center.
Detroit probably would have been better off with a surer thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyways, Victor Arvidsson and his $4 million AAV comes in at my number 5.
My number 4 is Stuart Skinner. He is heading to Winnipeg on a 2-year deal with a $3.75 million AAV. Obviously brings up a lot of questions. Are they actively shopping Connor Hellebuck? Well, I mean, actively shopping Connor Hellebuck. What does it mean for him? Stuart Skinner, I think, I know we kind of maybe a bit of a soft spot for him at this town. I think probably safe to say he's a number 2 at this point in his career, but may have to emerge as a 1A or 1B in Winnipeg, depending what happens with Connor Hellebuck. Eric Comrie's obviously gone to San Jose. So yeah, it's just a really interesting fit. I wonder what it means for Connor Hellebuck, and quite bluntly, I wonder what it means for Stuart Skinner in terms of actual on-ice time in Winnipeg.
I think they view him as a possible solution beyond Hellebuck, whether they trade him or whatever the case may be. And they paid a little more to kick some tires on a guy who'll play 30 games.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I think you could be a tandem guy. We all watched enough Stuart Skinner around here, or a guy, he can play 30 games a year. And I think you're all right with those 30 games. I don't think anyone's going to have it.
When he gets hot, they can roll him.
Yeah.
Problem is when he gets cold, it's like as
you don't
bad
have
as
it does.
You don't have to play. Really you got Hellebuck. You don't need
for now.
That's the other part.
You got Hellebuck.
So you think Hellebuck's going to be traded here this summer?
Probably. I mean, they're shopping him, right? Like that's the word we've heard.
Soft marketer. He'd be going.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, my number 4, also a goaltender, not by the name of Stuart Skinner. Sergei Bobrovsky, 3 years at $7 million a year. He had a really, really bad year this year. To be fair, he was playing behind just like a very weak Panthers team because they were all so beat up. And I get that he's won 2 Stanley Cups in the last 3 years. But now you're just like, oh, yeah, we're going to put him into a place that also, like, the defense isn't great. But it's okay because it's Sergei Bobrovsky. I don't think this contract is going to age well. It honestly, it started to age poorly once the ink on the contract dried, I think.
It's such a risk. I mean, I know why they did it.
I get why they did it too,
but it's a
like
risk.
the risk on this is so high for like how much reward.
Yeah, my number 3 it's Sergei Bobrovsky. He was terrible last season. He's 100, and I know he wanted to get paid. I know you can always make more money. I'm never going to get mad at a player for that, but it's like, I don't know. You've made 113 mil in your career. We know the state tax in Florida is generous. Like, I don't see this ending well for Toronto or Sergei. Not, obviously individually in terms of his pocketbook, but just as a player, I don't know if he still has it. So it's my number 3.
Johnny Bauer was old as the hills and twice as dusty when he got to Toronto. So they're not afraid of old goalies.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, my number 3.
Do you have visitors?
I just have a visitor.
Okay.
She's here bringing me lunch.
Oh,
because
my God,
she's the best.
again?
Well, she texted me. She said she's going to be in the mall. Do you want lunch? I was like, oh, absolutely, I do. I didn't have to give up my card this time. It was great.
Well, that is a cool deal you've got going there.
It's a good deal. My number 3, Jesse Puljujärvi, $4.2 million. I think everyone here's expressed how much we like Puljujärvi. But $4.2 million a year seems like a lot. Seems like a lot for a guy that is probably going to be your third pairing defenseman. But I don't know. It's just like, I think this one's more the new cap coming in. It's like, man, that is a lot of money for him.
And who are you talking about?
Puljujärvi? Oh my God, not Puljujärvi.
You're talking about Vinny.
Yeah,
for sure.
Vinny Desharnais. Sorry, I was thinking about Puljujärvi coming back to the NHL. That's my bad. I had a bunch of all these like.
When you said defenseman, I felt like I had to step in.
No. Yeah, right. No, you were absolutely right. I've got all these Oilers whose names I remember on the call when they knocked out the Flames on the brain now.
Well, I think you know what
Desharnais.
I think happened with Desharnais? I agree with you. But I think a lot of analytics teams looked at his numbers and liked them a lot, and then it got out of hand, and the winning team paid a little too much.
There was a bidding war for him, and hey, fair enough. Anyways, yes, I even wrote it down as Puljujärvi. That's embarrassing. But yes, Vinny Desharnais. That's who I meant.
I think you should pay by cutting the sandwich your girlfriend bought in half and giving Declan and I.
Well, it's already cut in half.
Okay, well then that makes it easier.
I think she also brought me cola, so that's pretty cool.
All right, who's next?
My number 2 is Radko Gudas. You want to talk about an eye-catching contract?
How can I forget about this contract?
6 years, $1.5 million AAV. Going to be getting paid till he's like 42. Screams little Capster convention-y to me. Like I just can like.
But the NHL loves the Panthers.
Why
so
are we
even? Be a problem.
Why are we even pretending he's not going to get thrown on LTIR to collect checks in his retirement in
he can't
3
skate
years?
Well anymore.
He's going to get thrown on LTIR next year.
He couldn't skate well when he was a serviceable player, let alone right now. And like it seems so blatant, and the fact that everyone's just like, meh, okay, like it's crazy to me that they've done this. And Bill Zito obviously went out and made some great moves. This is just so slimy, really. So Radko Gudas comes into my number 2.
I just think he's there to do harm during preseason to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't think he's
there for strictly the Winter Classic.
I think he's going to play 25 games.
Conservatively, maybe, yeah. My number 2, I talked about it once already today on the show. Freddie Anderson. I think it's an absolute steal of a deal for this guy. I know the injury history. I know last year he wasn't very good in the regular season, but he went 13-2 in the playoffs. And like that's basically what the guy that the Oilers have been looking for this entire time. And you got him at $1 million. That's an absolute steal.
If he plays 4 games in the regular season and does that in the playoffs, nobody's going to complain.
He could play 20 games in the regular season, be as bad as they thought, and then Tristan Jarry and Devin Levi could get injured, and they'd be like, all right, Freddie, it's time to show up. and he'll go 16-4, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Freddie Anderson, best goalie to ever lace it up for the Oilers."
Should have done that a long time ago.
Anyways, yes, number 2, for me is Freddie Anderson.
My number 1 was Vinny Desharnais. I like Vinny Desharnais a lot as a player. Paying him $4.25 million a year for 4 years is crazy. He's just not that good. He is just not good enough to deserve that contract. I like Vinny Desharnais a lot. I liked him when he was in Edmonton. He was on Jason's show when I was digitally producing it, and he was like the nicest guy in the world, tons of personality, a guy you would want to be friends with, a guy you really root for. He is not good enough to be making $4.25 million a year to play the game of hockey for the next 4 years.
He's a really good player. It's the increased prices meant he was going to get a lot, but the term, but he's good. Like he's really good, and he's a great penalty killer. But I do think that's too much.
Yeah. My number 1, not one that I would have hated as much until the Nurse trade, and it's Jacob Trouba. He's a very physical guy, and honestly, right now I would be like, yeah, 8.25, maybe a touch of an overpay for him, but I understand what you're bringing. Or what you get, what you're getting when you sign Jacob Trouba. He's very physical. It was going to age poorly at the end, most likely. But now, your pairing is likely Trouba and Darnell Nurse. That is bad. That is no good. This is a bad contract.
That's really good. I enjoyed that very much. Thank you, gentlemen. The one contract that I wonder about, because I do think it'll be an overpay, because he's the type of player like Vincent Desharnais, who NHL teams really love to get. But unlike Desharnais, whose underlying numbers are very strong defensively, Logan Stanley has never quite been what we all want him to be. When they drafted him, I was like, I was afraid the Oilers were going to draft him. Honest to God, I was. And then he went to Winnipeg, but I was still curious about him because the defensemen that succeeded when I was young don't succeed anymore. Logan Stanley is a defenseman who succeeded when I was young, and he's got talent, and he can play. And I'm just so curious about how he'll be used in Buffalo and how much money he makes. I'm sorry, I said Buffalo, but you know what I mean. In free agency, I want to know how much money he's making, what he's going to be used as. I think a third pairing guy, but you never know. A lot of penalty killing. Will he play 15 minutes a night or less or more? I'm very curious about Stanley. I think he is a candidate for an overpay, though. Any contracts out there that you're looking at or interested in when they land?
In terms of I'm not sure what to think yet.
Yeah, well, or that you're anticipating a large amount of money where maybe it's not warranted.
Oh, you mean a contract that hasn't come down yet?
Right.
Yeah. I'm a little we're kind of beating a dead horse a little bit with the name, but I am curious about Claude Giroux.
Yeah,
because I think he's a name that actually can carry some dollar value in his advanced age.
Based on his year last year, you are so right, man.
So
pretty wild.
That'd be the one.
All right, what did you get?
I got some Chachis. It's going to be awesome. Patrick Kane, that's the name I'm watching. I'm interested to see what happens here. I think that's a guy that contending teams want.
But you don't think he'd get paid?
Hall of Famer,
what
man.
he is now, I think
$4 million AAV.
Yeah,
he's a Ranger. He's already been to Chicago, Detroit, original 6. The Rangers sign everybody.
What makes you think he's not a Bruin?
Bruins wouldn't do it.
Okay.
No, they like guys with. If he had shovel teeth and another 3 feet, he'd be a Bruin. All right. On the way, Steve Lansky is going to join us. We'll talk about the Oilers and free agency. We'll talk about the Kelowna game for the Elks. What has been a brilliant World Cup. I mean, this has just been fantastic, and more wonder to come here in this weekend, including Canada. That's all straight ahead. This is the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. It's time for an update with Declan Krueger.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by elksnation.ca with our articles and podcasts online, the best in-depth green and gold football coverage. Tons of in-depth in-game analysis and game breakdowns. That's elksnation.ca. News around the sporting world is the Los Angeles Lakers are trading DeAndre Ayton to the Washington Wizards. The Dallas Stars have re-signed captain Jamie Benn to a one-year deal worth up to $2 million, and the Atlanta Braves have signed former NL MVP Andrew McCutchen to a minor league deal. Elsewhere in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers reportedly the favorites to sign LeBron James. CFL Week 5 tonight will continue with Saskatchewan and Ottawa. 5:30 kickoff for that one out in Ottawa. The game yesterday saw Calgary beat Toronto 58-36. FIFA World Cup right now at halftime. Egypt leads Australia 1-0. Argentina and Cabo Verde will be on at 4, and Colombia, Ghana at 7:30. In the MLB, the action will get going at 2:05 with the Cardinals and the Cubbies. Then a little bit later on, we will, of course, see the Toronto Blue Jays out in Seattle with an 8:10 first pitch. Dylan Cease on the bump for that one. I'm Declan Krueger. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business. And for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
With Play Alberta, backing the home team goes beyond the bets. That's because your picks have provincial impact. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. By investing in the General Revenue Fund, every play, bet, and buy made on Play Alberta helps make a difference across the province. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Attention Alberta construction pros. For over 50 years, Japa Equipment Rentals has been your go-to for top-notch equipment and stellar service. Whether you need rentals or expert maintenance, we've got you covered. Stop by our Edmonton or Calgary locations today.
It's cone season at McDonald's, which means vanilla cones are $1 each plus tax in the McDonald's app all summer long. Soft, creamy, and crunchy. For just $1 each plus tax exclusively in the McDonald's app. App download and registration required at participating McDonald's in Canada.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
The perfect place to host your golf tournament or fundraiser, company event, celebration of life, wedding, birthday party, or private party. Cattail Crossing Golf and Winter Club. More than a golf course, a fun, welcoming place with beautiful views, relaxing patios, and a team that truly appreciates each and every guest. Featuring Out of Bounds, Cattail's 5-star kitchen. Some say it's the best clubhouse dining they've ever had. Cattail Crossing Golf and Winter Club. Book your tourney or event today at cattailcrossing.ca.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is serious about cooling. In fact, we offer multiple ways to cool your home. So you better
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
If you're looking for traditional air conditioning, we got you.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Or ask us about a heat pump to help you heat and cool.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Cool with AC or cool with a heat pump. Cool your home with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Photographers, start your cameras. Vision Credit Union's annual photo contest is back. We're asking you to show us the people, places, and moments that made you glad you chose this rural life. Maybe it's the view from your farm, a walk down Main Street, neighbors pitching in, a weekend at the rodeo, or a sunset down a back road. Share your photo to show why life in rural Alberta is a choice worth celebrating. Enter and vote at whatsyourshare.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
The Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440. Can you fit sports encyclopedia on a business card?
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
This is the Lowdown on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Trade in an eligible pickup and receive a $1,000 truck trade-in bonus on select Sierra models. Visit wolfgmcbuick.com. Hour number 2, we're joined by our friend Steve Lansky from Inside the Truck podcast. Steve, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good. I feel like maybe we're not going to have like a monsoon this weekend, and the sturgeon will go down, and I won't have to worry about flooding on the Ray Gibbon. This is what my life is.
Well, my life was, I'm going to say 20 minutes ago in the Sobeys in Bonnyville. I looked at the window and I thought I was in one of those car washes, and that was just rain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not good. Yeah, I couldn't believe I did. It looked like, when you're in your car and the car wash hits your windows. Yep. That's what it looked like. But it was rain coming sideways.
My dog Ziggy barks at the car wash when we go through it. She just barks and barks and barks. So I don't take her often, but she likes it.
She wouldn't have liked Sobeys in Bonnyville about 20 minutes ago.
All right, so we got lots to get, so let's do it. Oilers and free agency. What did you like, and did you dislike anything?
Does Darnell Nurse count in that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Even though it was a trade.
But it was a trade.
I would,
money.
Yeah.
No.
Right. I understand. So that's why I was asking. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm very happy about that. I hope he has a wonderful, wonderful career with the San Jose Sharks. I'm really happy about one thing, and that's that I won't have to watch a replay where his ass is in Freddie Anderson's face. That's really what I'm hoping I never see again as long as I live. I think it's fine what they did. I think Freddie Anderson is a big gamble, but what are you going to do? You don't get Bobrovsky, who I also think is a gamble. You get somebody who went to the Stanley Cup final.
I like it because I feel like, number one, they're not as top heavy as they were because they dealt Nurse. And then they've layered solutions. Like, I don't know if Frederick Anderson is going to be the answer, and I don't know if Devin Levi is, but it gives you a little bit of cover. If you have to make another deal for a goalie at the deadline, you have the cap room to do it. I don't think they will, but you never know. And they did the same thing on the defense. Nurse is gone. They were worried about Wallman's injuries and Ekholm's age. So they get two guys. They get Ryan Shea, who had a great year, and Shakir out of San Jose, who's a young guy who can play. I like it because they didn't overspend on any of them, and they seem reasonable. And it feels to me as though one of those, like maybe Shea and Anderson, are going to emerge, and we'll see. But they've given themselves some options, and that's what you want to do.
I think your line, they didn't overspend, is right. And I'll be honest with you. If you know a goaltender that's not a crapshoot, you let me know, because I don't think they exist anymore. I mean, honest to God, even back in the day, I mean, Bernie Perrant won Stanley Cups in Philadelphia. He was fine in Toronto. He played in Boston. People don't even remember that. I mean, Ken Dryden was a sure thing up until the 72 Summit Series, and then what the hell? I think he got lucky, quite frankly, when Henderson scored 3-game winners in a row. So I don't think there's any such thing as a lock in goaltending. But I think if you're going to toss the dice, Anderson's a good one to toss on. And I think you're right. There's some new bodies in there, and that's probably not a bad thing either.
Yeah, they also, we forget. I don't remember the year, but I remember one year Perrant was hurt. Like they'd won Stanley's, and I think it was Wayne Stevenson who had to step in and play, and Stevenson did a really good job. But I remember, I don't remember the injury, but he announced it late before the training camp or something like that. And the whole hockey world was going nuts. Goaltending issues are always a problem when things like that happen.
I think that was 76. They went to the final. Reggie Leach scored 19 goals, but Stevenson ended up playing in that Stanley Cup final when they got swept by Montreal. It's just there is, I mean, let's face it. You and I both know that, goaltenders are a bit maybe off center. And I just don't think, I don't know how you can say, wow, this is a great deal for us in goal. I don't think there's any way to say that anymore, because I think there's a lot of guys who come out of nowhere. Look at Brandon Bussey in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, give me a break. I was talking about him last night to some people that I was talking to, and I'm like, give me a break. Like, nobody saw. I get it. He had a great regular season. Regular season is one thing. Playoffs are another. I think it's a total crapshoot. If Anderson can give them something that resembles stability and a semi-certainty what he would deliver every night, I think that'll be huge for this hockey team.
I agree. I think there's no Carey Price left. I think, Aiden Hill won the Stanley Cup with Vegas, whatever year that was, 23. And he was like, Brossoit got hurt and he just stepped in and nobody could find a way to beat him. And I think Bussey's a similar story, right? Like, I don't expect Bussey to win the Vezina next year. Do you?
No, but I think your point is well taken in terms of, the guy came in. I mean, honest to God, I think maybe you and I could glide into the net in one of these games. As long as the team decides in front of me, you know what? Steve's not going to see any pucks. Well, Steve's not going to see any pucks. There's no chance when Bussey came in, they didn't all have a collective or internal meeting saying, we're going to win this for this guy. This guy, we're not going to hang this guy out to dry. As soon as you do that, like Aiden Hill coming in from Brossoit, he's not going to see that many pucks. And if he's not going to see that many pucks, he's going to be fairly successful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wild, it's not done yet. What do you think about Toronto and Bob? Do you like that risk?
I don't have the answer to that. Honestly, I think, again, I don't think he saw a ton of tough shots in Florida. I wish there was a way to quantify. I know we see shots on goal. I think shots on goal is useless. He made 36 saves. Useless. How many of them were really tough saves? That needs to be an analytic. It really does. I don't think Bobrovsky was tested that hard. I think he was the right guy at the right place. I think the first fissure that appears in him in Toronto, he's going to crack like an egg, because that city is just absolutely merciless when it comes to goaltenders or anything that is not what they deem acceptable in blue and white. We've talked about it. It's very, very strange. I wish him luck. I think he's going to need it.
We need a ping sound effect for the Lowdown with Lowetide. The first use of the word Fisher on this show. Going back to
correct word though. Yes.
Oh yes. No. Well done by you. There's no doubt.
Thank you. I didn't want to say crack because crack is boring. It's also a little bit, off color. So I thought I'll say Fisher.
People tell me crack is more interesting than we older people think, but it doesn't matter. Let me ask you about the CFL in Kelowna. I want to ask you two things. Number one, we've seen, games out east, and I think Fort Mac had one a few years ago. I want to ask you about, like, if you're a producer of a television live event and it's not in a city that has a building or an established national template that you can go in and just plug in everything and make sure the electricity works and the lights are on and you're ready to go. How much of a nightmare is this, Steve?
Oh, so bad. So it reminds me, I was talking to my podcast partner, Paul Hemming. I think it was at the start of last season when he was still cutting games for the Utah Mammoth. And they had an exhibition game that they were going to televise. I'm not going to get this right. I'm going to say Boise, Idaho. There was an exhibition. I'm going to say, let's just for fun say Boise, Idaho. You would not believe the texts he was sending me about what they were going to have to do inside this rink in Boise. There were no camera positions, of course, because why would you ever televise a game from that rink? And he was just like, this is a nightmare. And then about 6 days before, I said to him, where do you stand? Do you have any hair left? Are you putting on weight? And he said, they canceled it. And I'm like, great. So he never had to do the game. But that's the problem. And I experienced it a little bit with when I did rodeo on CBC, the Budweiser Pro Rodeo Tour, because you're doing a game, rodeo in Swift Current. You're doing a rodeo in Cloverdale, British Columbia. You're doing a rodeo inside the rink in Medicine Hat, which does do TV. You're doing a rodeo in Brandon inside the rink. And you're doing a rodeo in Ponoka. So you basically have to invent camera positions. Where will the mobile park? It's it's like instead of being 8 rungs up the ladder, you're 1 rung up the ladder.
Right.
And it's even harder. And let's say Kelowna is an example. If you're working with people who don't normally work with TV, not camera ops and technical people, but building people and facilities people who don't understand why TV would need that, or why does there have to be a cable run here, or why would you have to tape that down, or why can't people use this door? This is our main door. Well, they can't step over a cable run because if somebody trips, you're going to have a lawsuit. So now we're going to have to reroute this. There's a lot to it, way more than you would ever think, and way more than you'd ever know until you walked into the situation and saw what you had to achieve.
Well, I would think if you were a city fella and you were coming into a smaller community, you'd want somebody who gets along with people and is able to convey difficult ideas and thoughts in a way that didn't make the guy feel like, the local feel like he was kind of being talked down to. So who did you have do that?
I'm sorry. This is my sound audio stopped working. I didn't I can't. I want to give the finger so bad right now. That's what I want to do right now, but I can't. You know what? Everything was a compromise. I was actually pretty good at it, by the way. Everything's a compromise. You have to say, what can you do? Well, we can't do this. Okay. Well, could you do this? Okay. Well, then that means we have to do this. Could you do that? Could you, seal off this area? Could you? It was hard. It was hard work. And I did it.
I'm sorry, but it was there and I took it.
Dude, do I blame you? No. Home run on your part. Yes.
All right. So the World Cup does this to me. So does the Euro, where I go, okay, I'll watch a little bit of it. And then, I get going on it. And then by the time we get to where we are in this edition of the World Cup, I'm all in on it. And the Portugal game last night, I became an expert in officiating and VAR and what goes wrong. And it's in me now. This whole blasted thing. Canada playing tomorrow. Can't wait. What drives the fan to put this zeal away for 4 years and wait for another World Cup and then become instantly irritated by whatever goes wrong in the officiating?
Tell me sports isn't the greatest thing in the world, right?
Yeah.
Because it is. Because you can basically come in at ground level, which is kind of where I am. I don't exactly know where you are, but I'm kind of ground level. I mean, I'm excited. I know the rules, but you just get drawn in. You just get sucked into the vortex. Now, it doesn't hurt that, Canada's advancing and got another one in Houston. I think it's tomorrow. Is that correct? Does Canada play tomorrow?
Right, guys? The game tomorrow. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Because we're at the cabin, so all time stops. We looked at each other today and we thought today was Tuesday, and then we found out today was actually Friday. So I said retirement where days don't exist anymore. Anyway, you just get drawn into and I think it's one of the greatest things about sports. And I'm not going to lie, I did get asked yesterday, is this thing still on? And I'm like, yes, there's several more weeks of this thing. It's still on. So I do understand that, I'm sure, I get the same questions in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Is this thing still on? It's only the end of the second round. So yes, this thing is still on. But I do love that you can just get totally immersed every day, all day if you want, or not. You can just watch peripherally or you can do both. I absolutely adore that.
One of my favorite things about Karen is she's astounded at how many baseball games are on every day and how long the season is. Like if you're not a baseball fan, I don't think you realize how long this year is. Like it's forever.
You're going to think I'm making this up, but I am not. This morning at breakfast, how many games are in the baseball season? Well, how many do you think? 81, higher. 200, lower. 93, higher. 190, lower. I'm not kidding. We did get to 162, which was great. I am not lying. This was this morning. I'm not kidding. I know you got to get right into it to fully understand. We need 162 games to determine the best teams. We can't do it in 81 games. It's required, right?
Yes.
Although if they did go back to 154, I'd be okay. But I'm okay with 162.
Yeah, it's true. And it's like the split season in 81 taught me so much, because you can go on a hot streak and finish first in like 90 games, but you can't do it in 162. You're going to have a time when both of your aces are not right. One guy's on the IR. Your closer is a guy you haven't met yet because he came up from the farm Tuesday, and you are hoping to, beyond hope, that your second baseman can keep his knee like on his actual body until October, and that's baseball.
That would be a fascinating study, is to quantify how lucky or unlucky injuries, that sort of thing, teams got during the season, and see if it calibrated with the teams that ended up being the best or the teams that got the luckiest. This guy should have wrecked his knee on this play, but he only missed 2 games. So we're going to consider that lucky. That would be a fascinating study. I don't know how you'd execute it, but it would be fascinating, because it's a bit of a war of attrition, right? As all sports are. And that's fine too. It's absolutely all part of it. And what's not to love?
I saved this for you because something happened today that impacts many Canadians over a certain age, and you are one of the people that can relate to it. I don't know if you know, but Tommy Hunter passed away.
No, I found that out right now when you just told me.
Yeah, at the age of 89. And the reason I saved it for you was because I would have a hard time explaining it to the young people in the room. He was a staple of television in Canada for, I think it was like 40 years, something like that. I interviewed him 3 times in my life. I was always astounded to know that he taped the shows like in summer before the fall came, and he came up the seaway in a boat, and then he'd go back to Florida, and that's what his life was. He hung out in the summertime in Toronto. They'd film like 3 or 4 episodes a day, and they'd do it over a 3-week period, and then he'd head out, wherever he was going. And he loved the show, and he loved Canada, but he was a traveler too. And it's really hard to describe to somebody who wasn't there in the 60s, in my case, and others probably earlier or later. Tommy Hunter was like just there, and he was on television, and pretty much everybody watched him, right?
Well, to me, and you didn't say it, to me, he, if my memory serves, was he not the lead in to Hockey Night on Saturday night?
Well,
that's
Bugs
what it
Bunny
felt
was.
like.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny was in the West, but yeah, he was a lead in. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah, good point. Bugs Bunny would have been in the West because your game started at 6, but our game started at 8. So Tommy Hunter was the lead in. So you were watching Tommy Hunter no matter what you did, and his show was evergreen because there was never any timely mention of anything. So absolutely, he could have recorded those anytime, anywhere. That's what you'd do them. You'd can them in the summer. You had 28 or 34, whatever it was in the can. Maybe it was 52. I don't know. And you could go off and live the rest of your life, and you'd done all your work. But you never tuned in the hockey game at 8 o'clock. You tuned it in at 20 to 8, 10 to 8, 5 to 8, quarter to 8. And so Tommy Hunter was on. And it was interesting. It was music. It was, you could sit and, your parents and grandparents would kind of be more into Tommy than you were, but you were ready for the game. So you'd sit there and watch 20 minutes of Tommy Hunter for hockey. Tommy Hunter was Canada in that time period, just like Hockey Night in Canada was.
Yeah, I would never have known the Rhythm Pals, the Allen sisters, Deborah Laurie Kay. I saw Johnny Cash there on that show many, many times. Lots of young talent came on that show and was first introduced to Canadian country music fans. So I just want it's he lived a wonderful and rich and long life, but I felt like somebody should say something about Tommy Hunter, and I'm glad you did.
I think you're right. You work 16 days a year. You can go up and down the coast on a boat. What's not better than that, my friend?
I think he lived as good as anybody can in Canada that doesn't, go to Bay Street and, take a lot of money out of the economy every 5 or 6 days.
I think that's probably correct. Yes.
All right, my friend, be good. Enjoy. You're in Bonnyville?
We are in Bonnyville, yes. And that, like I said, the rain was coming sideways at Sobeys. So I'm a bit afraid to go out. Oh my God, there's water everywhere, but it's not raining right now. We'll see what happens.
What'd you buy?
At Sobeys? Oh, burgers. We're having a barbecue tonight. Or it could be indoors. But yeah.
I'm thinking about what to make for tonight, and I'm not sure. I thought of burgers, but we had it the other day. I'll work on it, and on the way home, I'll decide. All right, this
Can
is
you have burgers too many times? I'm not. Can you?
well,
No.
there's people in the house that want other things. I mean, you compromise. You compromise. That's life.
There's people in the house that want other things. I'm gonna get that in one of those cross stitches and put it on the wall.
I'd have burgers and pizza every second.
Oh, pizza! Why would you do that? Why would you say pizza?
That's a good idea, right? If it rains, you could just put the hamburgers in the freezer.
No, well, they're in there right now. They're just gonna come out and go on the grill. So maybe it's just 6 pizzas.
Just saying, man. I'm just saying. All right, we've lost the young people, Tommy Hunter, and then what's for supper. So, listen, you have a great weekend, okay? And I'm really sorry that I harpooned you, but I'm not at all sorry.
No, it was funny, and we had the young people. We talked about crack.
You're right. Well, you got Josh on that one. Thanks, man. There's Steve Lansky from Inside the Truck Podcast. Listen to the podcast. He's really good, and he is apparently writing his book. We didn't get to that, but we'll get to it next week. Hockey Night in Canada book. He was there. He's got the blazer. He shows it lots. So, I mean, he could definitely do that book, and it would be the real truth. It would be the unauthorized, the outlaw. Those are always the best books, by the way. Okay, your comments about the Oilers, about the Elks, about the World Cup, all on the way. This is Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit? No credit? We got you. Text check to 780-777-7777. That's check to 780 all 7. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton.
Caught it on the run. You can't simulate that in practice, just natural ball skills. As Vernon Adams Jr. goes over 300 yards and now goes for even more. Down the sideline. Touchdown. Vernon Adams Jr. has 5.
Yeah, there's a little bit of space to run into. Goes for the early ball.
Now Brian Rocchio with a fly ball to right field. Down the line it goes. Goodbye. Good night. Unbelievable.
Caught it on the run. You can't simulate that in practice, just natural ball skills. As Vernon Adams Jr. goes over 300 yards and now goes for even more. As Vernon Adams Jr. goes over 300 yards and now goes for even more. Down the sideline. Touchdown. Vernon Adams Jr. has 5.
Yeah, It's a little bit of space to run into. Goes for the early ball.
Brian Rocchio with a fly ball to right field. Down the line it goes.
He's the only person to win an arm wrestling contest with the Philly Fanatic. The Lowdown with Lowetide, now on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
GMC Buick. Ask about bonus offers for hero students, recent graduates, and more. Visit wolfgmcbuick.com. Boy, do we have news for you.
Someone get the Duke of Delburn on the phone.
Oh, my God. Okay, here it is. We'll go with it, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the previous major offer sheet by the Philadelphia Flyers. They tweeted this out not long ago. We have tendered an offer sheet to Anaheim center Leo Carlsson. The offer is 5-year contract worth an average annual value of $18 million annually, which would require 4 of the Flyers' first-round picks in each of the next 4 seasons as compensation. I immediately thought of the Shea Weber offer sheet, which was 14 years and $110 million, and that was like 14 years ago. This gentleman, I think, is it blows the mind. Anaheim can't match this.
I'm gobsmacked right now. 18 million. Leo Carlsson was really good in the playoffs. Like,
he's a great player.
He was really great last year or through the regular season. He was great in the playoffs, but 18 million over 5 years?
No, this is, I was saying in the break, this is always hilarious to me because this is still bad NBA money. But this is like, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that this contract has been offered. $18 million, an $18 million a 5-year deal where he's making $90 million. Like, that is unheard of in the NHL. And the fact 21. That Leo Carlsson off an offer sheet is the one who gets it.
He's 21. Like, they're going to get him for like the good years, and then they can re-sign him for the prime years. And Anaheim can't match.
Is this revenge for Cutter?
Well, I don't know. If it is, it's great.
Philadelphia villain, Cutter Gauthier.
Wow. This, I'll tell you what. This speaks to the Philly fan culture. They'll love this.
Oh,
this is raw meat.
That they will love this. And then, like, now if you're the Ducks, you really got to weigh your options. Do you want Leo Carlsson or do you want 4 first-round picks?
How can you pay for this?
I don't know how you can rationalize paying for this, except for the part where Leo Carlsson is so sick at his job. But then it's like we're overpaying our $21 million our 21-year-old guy.
You got other young guys, and what's their defense look like?
Nothing. Like,
I know.
They got
Philly or Anaheim?
Anaheim.
No, Anaheim's got Jackson.
They need to sign they need to sign like 5 defensemen. Currently, they don't have
fill it out, but they don't
have a third pair.
But I'm saying, like, they got some pieces to grow with what Lacombe and Cutter Gauthier would have been.
I just
now they have lots of cap space, but I don't think they can do this.
They got 35 mil. Like, that is a lot.
Yeah, but you like, holy macaroni, man!
He had 67 points. I mean, he almost had 30 goals last year. Sick.
Cutter had 40, right? 41.
Cutter did have 40 goals. Yeah. In the playoffs, 12 games, 4 goals, 7 apples.
Lacombe, Jensen, Ian Moore, Drew Hellison, Leno, and Hines. You're saying that's a great defense?
I'm not saying that's a great defense.
Well, which one of you said they've got defense?
Well, was saying, I'm not saying it's a finished product, but I like.
Well, I like Lacombe. And
I like
Jensen's
Lacombe
fine.
too.
Yeah, Jensen.
But the boys.
Like, this $18 million you have to use to fill out your blue line because, like, currently, if you have your third line out, you have Jackson Lacombe playing his, what would this be, like 21st minute of the game already? Like,
I don't know what to say.
I'm blown away.
So Cutter has to be signed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this wouldn't impact his contract negotiations. Would he use that as a comparable?
Yeah, I think this would get. I think this obviously impacts all future.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I'll tell you what. Do you remember when the Oilers signed Dustin Penner and the Sabres said, "We're going to get you," and they raised their fists and well, guess what? Buffalo never did. But the Philadelphia Flyers this is the cruelest summer for Anaheim ever. Wow. Unbelievable.
I actually think they might match.
You think?
I think they might match.
So you match it, and then what do you give Cutter?
At that point, you got to let Cutter go. But how can you let go of a 40 goal scorer in his third year in the NHL?
It's 18 million, right?
It's 18 million,
Right.
and they have 35 in cap space.
Yeah, and they've got guys signed, but their defense is like it's shredded.
Yeah, there's nothing. Like, Darnell Nurse gets traded to the Sharks, and like, we know the Ducks last Saturday were trying to trade for Darnell Nurse, and he wouldn't waive his no move clause.
I also got to touch on this really quickly. Drew said Leo Carlson, what a greedy guy. What did he do to make that much?
No.
We said that's not how it works at all. Then he goes on to say, no way, Leo Carlson is going to be McDavid, Dry, Kucherov, or McKinnon. Selfish play by Carlson big time. And I said, brother, it was an offer sheet. And he says he didn't have to sign it. Selfish move by the 21-year-old. This is, I think, the worst text we've ever gotten into the station.
It misses the point. You show me a 21-year-old and his agent who are going to go, well, I'm sorry. There are no Mother Teresas in the National Hockey League.
That is life-altering money.
What would you do if someone offered you $90 million over 5 years to do your job?
Look,
Dude,
if they
you're
offer
going
me-
to turn it down if you don't do your job as well as the
about?
guy down the street? Like, give me a break, man.
You offer me $150,000 to leave radio forever and never write another thing and stay in my house for a year, and I'll do it.
And we could probably even talk you down to 130, let alone 90 million. I cannot imagine seeing this offer sheet get handed out, which, by the way, is an offer sheet. And my first thought being, what a selfish move by the 21-year-old. Imagine setting up your grandkids for life at 21 years old and talking about selfishness. What a joke.
But to me, the best story is the Philadelphia Flyers management that's a shiv.
Yeah.
To Anaheim. That's like, okay, asshat. Let's go. Let's really play.
You really hit the nail on the head when you said, like, this is Philly. Like, Philly fans are gonna this is the ultimate culmination of like what we all say Philadelphia is in the sports world. Like, this is the ultimate move.
They boo Santa, and their organization sends in just a thriller dealer. This is, I think, more ridiculous than the Weber deal, which was a long contract for a lot of money a long time ago, 14 years ago. But this one is like, Anaheim's been building young players, and they're emerging as real, right? And now you're, and if you match, I don't know how because if you've got to pay, he's not eligible for an offer sheet, but you got to pay Gauthier something.
You really have to pay.
Yeah,
something.
now more than ever,
Like,
because now I've talked myself back out of it, and I don't think you can match. And I think you just turn around and you give Cutter Gauthier like $12 million a year or something.
But that's the thing; it's going to be a comparable. It blows up the NHL.
how much is Kirill the Thrill making again?
17.
Yeah,
it might be
okay.
17.5 actually. I think it's
But
17
anyways,
now.
like, this sets a new precedent for what young guys who can score make.
Now we can never use the Connor McDavid contract. Oh my God. There are very few things that could shock the three of us the way this does. That is,
I'm flabbergasted.
Wild in the streets.
I would say I'm speechless, but we've been talking through this whole thing. I'm clearly not. I'm filled with speech. This is insane.
It's the Nashville Predators watched the Flyers on July 19th, 2012, send a 14-year, $110 million offer sheet. And it was like they matched it, and it was a bitter, like poison pill contract. In its own way, I think this one is more shocking.
Yeah, especially with what we know you have to give up for this offer sheet.
4 first rounders.
4 firsts. And is that consecutive years, or how does that work?
4 years.
Okay, so you get 1 year of Leo Carlsson in your own pick. Like
right. you get, this is what you'd get. You get 27, 28, 29, 30 Philly pick.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be a great pick.
In theory. I mean, like, they really scraped into the playoffs this year, but Dan Vladar, rightfully so, from Greg Wyshynski, got 1/5 place vote for the Hart. That dude was on another planet this year, but they're addressing a need essentially, and we need scoring. And I can't believe it. But you're paying an 18 million. He had 67 points this year.
Daniel Briere is a flat out killer. I mean, that is just, oh my God. The NHL as we know it has ended. We all talked about offer. They should use offer sheets. We've seen, this is the second one, right? This year.
Who was the first?
New Jersey offer.
Oh, right. You're right. That was an absolute killer as well.
Because he's a year away from UFA, right?
Yeah, that's
Hayton,
right.
Barrett Hayton, Utah.
Oh man. But like, what was Philly's center depth this year?
Well, it's better now.
Absolutely, it's better now, unless the Ducks do the thing that we cannot decide they should do or not.
I don't know how,
because they have Dvorak up top, and then Zegras, but that's crazy because Zegras just left from the.
They've got
Ducks
10 days or 7 days?
7 days.
7 days.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Philly did also just sign Claude Giroux.
Oh, did they actually?
Yep.
Dude,
Damn it.
Porter Martone got extended, right?
Yeah.
And he was awesome in the playoffs. They're building it, like, if this goes through, they're building an absolutely insane squad.
I don't know how you match this. Because you've got young players that you have to sign.
Yeah. Beckett Seneca is already extended.
Right. And you can't trade him. Like for a year, you can't trade him if you match, right?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm looking at Puckpedia and it says $18 million beside Leo Carlsson's name. Like, I cannot believe what I'm looking at.
I can't. I just, like, oh man, this offseason's the NHL has been watching.
This is like the NBA.
They've been watching NBA show clips, and they're like, guys, we need to get in on this. Philly's feeling a little extra juiced because they just traded for Jaylen Brown. They're like, you know what? We gotta go get something else.
Right. And by the way, just so you know, the Anaheim Ducks were 10 goals better when Leo Carlsson was off the ice than when he was on. I'm teasing.
But he was +4 this year, actually. So they're 4 goals
I was
better.
just making the.
I know what you were trying to get at.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, we should take a break. Mine's blown. Oh my God. This league is not what it used to be as of today. Oh, Lowdown with Lowetide brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Mr. Rooter has deja vu. Mr. Rooter has deja vu. The bathroom is right over there, Mr. Rooter.
Why, thank you, good sir. Wait, I swear I've plunged this toilet before. It was clogged with a snow globe. Am I living in a time loop? Oh, good. It's just a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. Whew, what a relief.
For a plumbing experience you'll want to relive, call Mr. Rooter.
With Mortgages to Go, you'll be good to go. MortgagesToGo.ca says yes when the banks say no. That's why Alberta has trusted Mortgages to Go for over 23 years. If you need cash and have equity in your home, you're approved instantly, guaranteed. Call 1-888-888-5998. That's 1-888-888-5998. With Mortgages to Go, you'll say, good to go.
Guys, there never seems to be enough time in the day, but you need to make time for this. Ken Franchek here. If you're 40 or over, a quick PSA blood test is crucial for early prostate cancer detection. The Prostate Cancer Center's Man Van is a mobile health clinic driving change for men's health. A few minutes could save your life. To get the Man Van out to your business or event, book today at getcheck.ca.
Expand your brand with Fusion Promo Marketing. Fusion is your trusted partner for all things branded merch and apparel. Thousands of products perfect for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. Fusion with a Z. Promomarketing.ca.
Experience the Edmonton Riverhawks all season long. From Thirsty Thursdays to Firework Fridays and Barking Bleacher Sundays, there's always something happening at the ballpark. Tickets start at just $21 for the best party in the River Valley. Get yours today at GoHawks.ca.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business. And for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV, and this is the time of the year most RV stores wish their lot was full. At the new RV stores, product is trickling in, mostly just for taking orders. But having an RV on order doesn't mean much when the weather's great for camping today.
No Bull has hundreds of quality used RVs on the lot now. Right, Rick?
That's right, Bob. Walk into No Bull RV today, and you could be in the great outdoors next weekend. No waiting, no hoping it'll be here by summer, just the perfect used trailer, motorhome, fifth wheel, or toy hauler that you need.
And every RV at No Bull is one of a kind.
Every family is one of a kind too, Bob. Think we can't find the perfect one for you? Take a look around. At No Bull, you'll save thousands compared to the cost of a new RV. You can build your summer plan on hope, or you can know for sure. And ask about our Camp Ready service plan when you're here to make this the best summer yet.
And that's No Bull.
No Bull RV.ca.
The Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440. Can you fit Sports Encyclopedia on a business card?
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
This is the Lowdown on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Brains mush because not long ago, the Philadelphia Flyers sent an 18 million times 5 AAV to young, I think 21-year-old Leo Carlson of the Anaheim Ducks. Pat Verbeek, like Ken Holland in Edmonton, has been very hard on the young players who are coming up and in that area where the team has control. And Ken Holland paid a price with Philip Broberg and Dylan Holloway. And I would suggest that Pat Verbeek has paid a far bigger price by slow playing guys like McTavish and others. And now with Carlson signing 18 times 5, I think it's fair to say life as we know it in the NHL for that young group of players who emerge and spike in the first entry-level contract, that world has changed forever. And with it, the amount of money you're going to be spending on that group of players, if they're talented. Wild.
Yeah, like this is a double whammy to the Ducks, because like we have said so many times already, like this is now set precedent. And when you go to talk to Cutter Gauthier, he's going to be like, well, Leo's getting paid, $18 million. Granted, he is a center.
Yeah.
And Cutter is a wing.
But even if
But
you
Cutter
trade
had
him,
more goals.
But even if you trade him, it's still a comparable, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So like
you're like, oh man, and then the worst part is like, I like what Philly's building over there. I like it a lot, especially if Dan Vladar can stay the guy that he was, and Joseph Walla is not a bad goalie.
No, and Claude Giroux just signed there.
Correct. So they have their veteran presence. Sanheim's good. Drysdale's good. I like Nick Seeler. Rasmus Osterleinen is still a guy. Cam York wasn't bad.
And they won a playoff series last
And they
year.
won a playoff series. Granted, like off a huge series by Dan Vladar. He was unbelievable. But yeah.
Rachel Krychak says, if I were Anaheim, don't match until the 7th day. Flyers can't do much until they know what their cap situation is and their first round pick situation is. Make them wait, even if you know you're matching. I don't know if they're matching.
I do think it's on the table, though.
Well, they have enough money to do it. But then they're going to have to sign Cutter the same day for the same money.
And then they don't have enough money for that. And even if they do, it's like, because now, like, officially they'll have 17.17 left.
Would you trade Cutter?
If you,
I would probably not match and sign Cutter for like, I don't even know what the number is
14.
now.
Like, he's a winner. I would
have thought
he
it was
has
12.
a leg to stand on in negotiations because he scored 41 goals. Not a lot of guys are scoring 40 goals out there.
Is Carlson, like his trajectory is he could be one of the best players in the NHL?
I think he could definitely, no, I don't think he's going to be like Austin Matthews level.
Right. But
he'd be
top 15?
If you were like, if we were going back and forth and naming centers we want on our teams, like Leo Carlson's probably in the top 10.
Okay.
At his
Right
peak.
now?
No, at his peak.
No, but
maybe like we're being a little premature here.
Just like in the, there's 32 teams. They don't all have great top line centers.
He's 21, and what did he just do, boys? What are his
like,
comparables?
67 points last season. He's a heck of a player.
Plus for
what are his
lot of
comparables?
apples.
We need to find his comparables at 21 who've done that, like that many points. I think it's going to be a hell of a list.
Well, I just watched a guy at 19 in a different city in California put up 115.
Well, 118.
Yeah.
Like
I'm wondering what this player is going to be. If he's going to be a guy, then maybe you do match and then trade the other guy. I don't know.
Because the crazy thing is that like he is not Macklin Celebrini. He's not Connor Bedard. Those guys should be getting paid $18 million a year. But now because Leo's getting paid $18 million a year, both Bedard and Macklin Celebrini, especially Macklin Celebrini, are like, give me 20.
Are we not entertained?
I'm entertained. This is awesome,
Yeah.
particularly because it doesn't involve my team at all. You know who doesn't warrant this kind of money? Morgan Frost. Like, bless up. Or Matt Coronado.
Oh my God.
I hope Cole Reshny will be a guy that warrants that kind of money, but oh man.
So really quickly, because we don't have a lot of time, this just happened on our show, which is shocking.
Breaking
in and of
news.
itself. But if you're like, I don't know the name of the guy, but somewhere out there, there's a general manager who's thinking about his player for next year being eligible for an offer sheet. He's probably trying to sign him today. When is Savoy eligible?
Oh,
Not that he's on the same level.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me get to Edmonton here on E, A, B, C, D, E.
Savoy is signed
until the end of this season.
So
then he's an RFA, so he's eligible at the end of this year.
So then if you're Stan Bowman,
you're like, hey Matt, how does $4 million a year sound?
I mean, that's not ridiculous to do that.
No, because if he has a year, like he almost got 20 goals this year, and that was basically from like the
January.
Olympics on.
Yeah,
right.
You're right.
Like,
the Olympics on. Good way of putting it.
So I don't think we're out of the realm of possibility where you look at Matt Savoy and you go, well, that's a guy that can score you 25 goals a year. In the new Babcock system, maybe not, but like we saw him in a run and gun offense this year, and for 32 games, he was one of the Oilers' 5 best players.
So Lansky said it about something else earlier, but isn't sports the best?
Sports is the best. This is why we are all here. This is why we have lovely listeners and an active text line, and we're able to do all the cool things we do. It's because sports are awesome and it unifies people.
Connor Bedard is an RFA right now, according to Tyler J.
Oh.
Is he eligible for an offer sheet?
Yeah. If you're an RFA, you're eligible for offer sheets, right?
And here's the thing: his offer sheet would, I think, now who becomes a better player between him and Carlson? You know, you can have that debate. Maybe like Carlson size, ruggedness, whatever.
Get hurt yesterday?
Yeah, he did.
Bedard?
He got hurt trading out in BC.
Yeah.
He also, like Connor, like he was playing at an incredibly high clip earlier last season before he got hurt. Still finished with over a point a game player. Like his offer sheet could even be more than 18 mil.
Yes, it could, because oh my God.
You know what I think this is happening right now on this show? There's 3 people whose minds have been blown by this, and it's going to take a day to figure it out. Monday we'll have good takes. Right now we're just
Right now we're literally going by, okay, who else is an RFA? And we're just trying to do basically cap gymnastics in our brains right now, while also being like the Philly scumbags. Awesome.
Drew says Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 21 put up 56 points. How much better is Carlson? Interesting question, Drew. Now, the Oilers, when Nuge was 21, were so bad.
They were really bad.
Yeah. That has to be... they'll trade Troy Terry, says perplexed Oilers fan.
I don't think they... Oh, man. Troy Terry. But he's just so versatile.
John says out Carlson, McTavish, Carlson, Trouba, in Jeff Malott, and Nick Jensen. Because you don't anticipate this. Nobody, like, maybe they knew, but I mean, you know, like Philip Broberg said December before the offer sheets, trade me. And the Oilers said, nah. So they did have an opportunity to do something. They just didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Daniel Briere is like 5'8", and he's a giant today in terms of entertainment in sports. Who is the analytics guy in Philly? Oh, my God.
It's John Shaika.
Mind's blown. It's all good. Jason Greger on the way. Thanks so much for tuning into the Lowdown. We got breaking news, baby. That made my week. Please enjoy your weekend.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by Sean Cunningham of Remax Real Estate. For your next move in the Evanston or area, call or text Sean directly, 780-265-0165. Breaking news coming down from the NHL is the Philadelphia Flyers have sent an offer sheet for Ducks forward Leo Carlsson, a 5-year deal with an $18 million AAV. Elsewhere in the NHL, the Stars have re-signed Jamie Benn to a 1-year deal worth up to $2 million. Claude Giroux has signed in Philadelphia. And in the NBA, the Lakers are trading DeAndre Ayton to the Washington Wizards. In the FIFA World Cup right now, Egypt and Australia tied 1-1 in the 94th minute. 1 minute of extra time left in that one. Argentina and Cabo Verde up at 4, and Colombia, Ghana at 7. In the MLB, right now, a rain delay in the top of first between the Cards and the Cubbies. Next game will be the Pirates and the Nats, and the Blue Jays will be in action at 8:10 in Seattle as they take on the Mariners. Dylan Cease on the mound in that one. I'm Declan Krueger. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440.